In this video, we are going to demonstrate some different stations related to conduction, convection, and radiation. This first station that Ms. Kogel is going to demonstrate here has two different black squares. This one is made out of solid metal, and this one is made out of plastic. And we're going to see what happens when we place an ice cube on both of those squares. So when she lifts it up, we can see that much more water melted on the metal square than on the plastic square. All right, next we have Mr. Nygren with this little contraption right here that has 4 different metals: steel, brass, aluminum, and copper. And he's going to place that into the hot water. And we can look at the colors coming up. We see that the copper and the aluminum are moving up much faster, so that's indicating how quickly the heat is conducting through each of those metals. So we see it's moving up much faster on the copper and the aluminum than on the brass and the steel. Next, we have some squares here that Mr. Nygren is going to touch, and we'll see what happens. All right, and we see some different colors there. That the color change was caused, again, by the heat of his hands and the specific material that's used to create those plastic squares. All right, turning around over here, we have Miss Kogel again with a Bunsen burner. So we can see a flame coming out of that Bunsen burner. And when she holds her hands up to the side, she feels that it's warm. There's some radiation going on there with that heat, but it's not burning her. Whereas if she were to go above it, it's significantly hotter. She can't keep her hand up there because the warm air is rising due to convection, causing her hand to get much warmer when it's up top. Now she has a ball and a ring on the end of a stick, and we see that they fit through each other. When she warms up that ball, it's going to take a little bit here. It's getting really hot sitting in that Bunsen burner flame. We see that it no longer easily passes through the ring. So we would say that it has expanded due to some thermal expansion. It's gotten bigger as it's been heated up. Now Ms. Kogel has a strip of metal that is made up of actually 2 different metals on each side. So it's called a bimetallic strip for those 2 different metals. When she places it into the flame, we see that it goes from being straight to starting to curve. That curve is caused by a different rate of expansion. So the metal that's farther away from us right now, that more gold-colored metal, is expanding faster than the metal that's closer to us, more of that silver-colored metal. So we can see how much that has been bent. All right, now Mr. Nygren has a glass vessel here with some liquid in the bottom that he's going to grab a hold of, and we'll see what happens. You see how that liquid rises up to the top. And this is another situation where we're seeing some evidence of thermal expansion. So the gas that's in the bottom of that hand boiler, is what we call these, is expanding and pushing that fluid, that liquid, up into the top.